Good evening, everyone.
Welcome to Weekend Update. I'm Michael Che.
I'm Colin Jost. Well, this week we learned our entire national security team has the texting skills of my Aunt Janet. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth seen here indicating how many days since his last drink. Sent detailed attack plans for an airstrike in Yemen to a text chain that accidentally included the editor of The Atlantic magazine. Of all people to accidentally add to the chat, it was the editor of The Atlantic. That's like if you were planning a surprise quinceañera and you CC'd Jared from Subway. Take his side. After the attack, National Security Advisor Mike Waltz texted the group the fist emoji, the flag emoji, and the Tesla emoji. Waltz later explained, this was his real explanation, that the journalist's number must have gotten, quote, sucked onto his phone. Worse, he then tried to get rid of the number by saying, Siri, how do I suck the journalist off? Of course, before the full transcript was released, Hegseth had denied that any sensitive attack plans were shared, saying this.
Nobody was texting war plans, and that's all I have to say about that.
Oh, that's all I have to say about that. Why does that sound familiar?
And that's all I have to say about that.
Oh, man, he went full Gump. Except for Hegseth, life is more like a box of wine.
Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem visited a prison holding deported migrants in El Salvador, even though it looks more like she's trying to beat a world record on OnlyFans. FBI Director Kash Patel announced that the agency is launching an investigation into anti-Musk vandalism at Tesla dealerships, calling the acts domestic terrorism, which is a federal crime punishable by a full pardon. Yeah, you know what? Those protesters better be very careful because Patel has eyes everywhere. Yeah, he does.
Vice President J.D. Vance, seen here watching the plane leave Greenland without him, continued his sad reboot of Veep this week by visiting our military base there and delivering the administration's clearest threat so far. Either Greenland joins the U.S. or the U.S. will keep sending them J.D. Vance.
An anonymous survey of oil executives reveals that many of them think President Trump's drill baby drill message is a myth and his tariffs are a disaster. But there's one billionaire oil man who still supports Donald Trump, Diddy. Oil man? Come on, that's perfect.
Oil man?
Oil man.
This week, the Secret Service intercepted a toddler after he slipped through the fence outside the White House. Anyway, he's here now.
This is a dirty show.
Colorado officials have removed a portrait of President Trump from the state capitol after Trump complained that it didn't look good, calling it purposefully distorted. In the artist's defense, Trump did pose for the portrait with a hamburger inside his mouth. Good evening, everyone.